start us out with an opening statement again.
Yeah, it's a good victory for us last night. We feel good about where we are, and we're excited to play the semifinal match tomorrow night versus Irvine.
Open it up to questions.
Cody, you guys are taking on UC Irvine. You're the defending national champions. Just what's your initial assessment of this upcoming semifinal match?
I'm just really excited to be where we're at, honestly. Thursday's going to be a really fun match, and I know a few guys on their team, so you know, first and foremost, it's going to be a fun experience, and I know we're really excited to compete against those guys and come out with a W.
Yeah. And for you, you know, you grew on up in California, Southern California. Is it extra special for you when you play a California team, especially in the magnitude of a match like this?
You know, it really just brings back some memories, honestly, of playing with some of the guys that I did. You know, I don't get the opportunity to do that, you know, the way I used to. So yeah, I mean, it's different. It's different. It's nothing special, but it's fun to play against those guys that I used to.
For both you guys, what did winning last year do, not only carrying over into the season, but like right now, that you've been there and you've done that?
Well, we've got, you know, plenty of guys who have been on the squad who did that, you know, and who had that experience, which makes us more comfortable, much more comfortable right now, that we know that we can go all the way and we can do it. And, you know, that sense of, can we do it? It's not there anymore. We've done it. So we know that feeling and we know what we need to do. So that's huge. And, you know, we've got 3 freshman starters who came out here and got some experience last night in this tournament, which is a completely different experience. So that was huge for us.
Jeff?
Yeah, saying that, like, we have 3 freshman starters, and for the older guys, they've been really helpful in giving us, like, advice and just, like, letting us know that if we mess up, it's okay. Like, just take a deep breath and just play the game how we know how to play.
Did what happened in the second match help you last night, ultimately?
I think
second set, I mean.
Yeah, I think so. You know, definitely got the version of we need to, you know, keep pushing, you know, and like we have to leave it all on the court.
Jeff, looking at UC Irvine, Zach Lockbearer has been playing out of his mind recently. What do you have to do as a blocker to put up a good block against him so he's not getting as many kills tomorrow night?
Basically, just get in front of him and, you know, use your hands and press as hard as you can.
Cody, can you talk about your relationship with some of the Irvine guys? Did you play club with some of them?
Yeah, I played club with 3 of their starters, Travis Folson, Michael Brinkley, and Zach Lockbearer. So, you know, I know the way they play the game. They know how I play. So, you know, it's exciting. It's going to be fun.
Do you keep in touch with them at all?
Yeah, I do. Slightly.
Okay.
Talk today?
We did. Not yet.
Not tonight?
We will. Not yet. I'll post it. Going to send the text out soon. We'll do that.
Shane can ask you about the Irvine matchup and any particular things you see or concerns you have or strategies you might be willing to convey.
Yeah, I don't think I'll share any strategies yet, but yeah, I think it'll come down to you know, everybody says a certain pass piece, but we've got to play well. They're a great team, and we need to be out of the game tonight. So.
Can I ask you the same question? And maybe last night you might have seen it when you were down, winning last year. Am I efficient for something that's not there, or do you think it is there because of winning last year and then being in adverse circumstances and then now getting to this point, carryover and all that?
Yeah, I think the carryover is there in terms of, like these guys mentioned, of guys that have been on the big stage. I think last night's match was so important for us to play it, as much as we probably didn't necessarily want to play the playing game, but we did, and I think it was great for us just to get the jitters out a little bit. I think when you turn the lights on a stage like this, it's a lot different than even our conference championship. So I think it'll pay dividends for our rookies and even the guys that are returning as well, just in terms of gelling together the communication conversations that they're having on the court on a stage like that.
Could I ask you to assess the other match since you know both of those teams?
Yeah, I thought it was. I don't necessarily know Hawaii that
No.
much. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the upcoming match?
Oh, the upcoming match.
Yeah.
Well, with Irvine, I think.
No, the other match.
Lewis Penn State.
Oh, the Lewis Penn State match.
Sorry, I should
I'm
have
not
said
focused
that.
on that one. So,
No.
yeah, the Lewis Penn State match. You know, they've played twice already, with Lewis winning both of those matchups. I thought Penn State played really well last night, and I think they are on a good progression moving forward of getting better every single match. Lewis is a huge blocking team, a blocking D. They know how to point score. They keep the ball on you. They make you play volleyball. So if Penn State can serve and pass and hopefully keep in system and keep that pressure on their back pin with Goodell, I think they're in a really good spot. And it's tough to beat a team three times in a year, but I think it's going to be a pretty big battle tomorrow night as well.
Shane, every coach that I talk to when you're playing them, they always say to beat you guys, they have to serve aggressively. So from that standpoint, how do you prepare your team going to a match knowing that you're going to face a really aggressive serving team?
Yeah, I think we have pretty good passers in our serve receive. I think Chris Burzen's our assistant coach. He does a great job of analyzing every single server, and there's just video on top of video of each guy. He breaks down every single guy with our serve receive, and so I think we've done our homework, and you've got to serve us really tough, and you've got to serve our seams really tough, or else we'll be in system most of the night.
Shane, can I ask you about Cody and his role as a senior and just kind of his evolution in the program, and then more specifically this year, what he's meant with some of your younger guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Just started off when we were first recruiting Cody. He was the #1 player in the country, and so it was a huge get for us as a university and as a program. And once we signed Cody, it was a month later is when we put the bid in for 2014, and we knew once we got Cody, those other recruits, those type of guys, those blue chip guys were going to follow, and they did, and it turned out. So he was the big domino for us as a program, however many years it's been already. But he's been great. He's been kind of a rock for us. He's good senior leadership. He's one of our captains now. He's a tremendous athlete, tremendous guy on and off the court. And so he means a lot to our program. Means a lot to the young guys, and pretty proud of where he is today.
Can you be more specific about his skill set, what he brings on the court?
Yeah, I think just his knowledge of the game, his IQ, situational stuff. I think he knows what's going on most of the time. He can plan ahead of what the other team is doing, and just he won, I think, 16 Open, 18 Open. He was tournament MVP each of those years. He was a national championship MVP last year. The kid knows how to win, so I think that's a big piece as well on our team. And the guys feed off of that too. They know, they feel comfortable, they feel confident. When Cody's feeling good, we're all feeling good as well.
Cody, can you just talk about your time at Loyola and looking back on that decision you made to venture east?
Yeah, it's the best decision I ever made in my life. And the craziest part about it is just watching where this program was when I came in and where it is now. Complete 180 turn. And I'd like to think that I contributed to that. And it's just been an amazing experience with the guys I've played with, and the guys we continue to bring in, and this program's just doing great things right now. And I'm just so fortunate that I was able to be a part of that.
Yeah. Cody, we usually don't see many top California recruits leave California and go to the Midwest. What was the reaction from just some of your club mates, 5-6 years ago when you told them, hey, I'm going to Loyola in Chicago, not staying in California?
Well, they didn't think we would be where we are now, for sure. And I wasn't sure either, obviously. But where I grew up is a little bit of a bubble, and I made the decision to get out of there, partially because of volleyball, partially because just some other things that I wanted to do, and everything worked out.
You cool with the big domino? You want to tack that nickname on?
Sure. Add it on the list.
What else is on the list? Anything?
Yeah, there is. It's a little private though. They're team inside jokes. We're gonna keep those with us.
Sounds good.
Shane, really quick, if you guys were to win and beat UC Irvine, it would set up the first ever NCAA finals match against two non-West Coast schools. What would that mean for you and just the sport in general to see potentially a MEVA versus MEVA matchup or a MEVA versus EVA matchup in the finals?
Yeah, I think it just says a lot about, if it's MEVA versus MEVA, it says a lot about our conference, but I think it just also just a lot about the balance throughout the country of the teams. And like Cody's an example of just players not necessarily staying home, they're venturing out, and Southern Cal kids are moving out east a little bit and checking out some other options, and you can always go back home. So I think it's a good parity for men's volleyball, and it's a good thing.
Cody, final question for me. I know fans have asked me on this in social media, so I want to ask you: when did you decide to go with a headband, playing with a headband on the court? And is it just style, or is there actual function to it?
There is actual function. That's the only reason I wear it. I get a lot of sweat on my forehead, and that prevents that from going into my eyes. So there's your answer.
That's our lead right there.
Sweat on forehead.
Unbelievable.
Any more questions?
One more for Cody. Being in Cali this year, do you have a little more of a posse in the stands, or?
Slightly. Some friends and family that I know from the area, but not too much more because everyone else is 8 hours south. So.
Okay. All right, I got to ask one that I know will help your story. Can you talk about what an influence he's been on you?
Yeah, he's been a huge influence, especially on the court. Just his volleyball IQ has been so helpful to us, including the freshmen as well as myself. Just knowing if during a play, like if the outside hitter is down, and he's gonna shift over, he can give us that intel saying, hey, the outside hitter's down, you gotta shift over. So his volleyball IQ has been very beneficial for